Welcome to the Northerners Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana. I
I'm
missed my straw.
told. I am told it's episode 3E0 because Diana does not have a second three. I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana currently calls Waterloo, Ontario home.
It
Okay.
was a free sign. I don't know what to tell you. I only have the 1 3.
I like that you pointed out. I will never notice.
I know, but like other people might notice, and I want to acknowledge that I know that it's weird.
That it's weird. Okay, cool. Now that we've dealt with impromptu microphone issues, camera issues, heat issues, random sun glare off of the neighbor's car issues,
Yeah. Oh, it got cloudy and the sun moved, so we're good.
let's
The neighbor's car is
podcast.
reflecting perfectly, just like perfectly through all of the things that could possibly block that. They're just perfectly right there. It is good now. We're good
We're
now.
good. We're good.
Everything's good.
Good.
Life is swell.
Well, while Diana tells everyone what we're going to cover, I'm going to enjoy some of my bevy.
We've got What's in a Cup, Cool Threads, Woolly Workings, and Wool Gathering. Shall we start with What's in our cup? What is in
In
your cup?
the Nightmare Before Christmas mug. Love this mug. It is my favorite mug. Yes, I understand it's black on the inside and I spill a lot of liquid. I am aware. I have some sweet tea because we're back to the 30 plus degree heat again. So I need some sweet tea, which is what I drink when I don't want iced tea and I don't want lemonade and I don't want water. I have sweet tea. Because if you haven't used a boatload of sugar, you've done it wrong.
Fair enough.
It's not sweet tea if it isn't sweet. If it's not sweet, it's not sweet tea, it's iced tea, and that's different.
Okay.
Sweet tea is its own thing.
I'm used to North American iced tea, which is just insanely sugary.
Yeah, yeah. It's most North, like if you buy iced tea from a bottle, you're pretty much drinking sweet tea.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's just pretty much what sweet tea is. We just call it
Is
iced
sweet
tea.
tea cold or hot typically?
Cold.
Okay.
Cold.
So iced tea is just cold tea, whereas sweet
Yes.
tea is very sweet cold tea.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. In this case, I make it with Tetley tea, orange peacock, and a splash of lemon, and it's
I um
delightful.
I had an affogato. It has melted.
Sure.
Affogato is espresso with a scoop of ice cream. In this case, a scoop of homemade ice cream, which is now just a melted blob of ice cream foam in like a tiny puddle of very cold coffee. I had an affogato. It was great.
Okay, cool. That's good. I'm glad. Weirdo.
Mm.
I want iced coffee. Iced coffee would be tasty.
Mm,
Would
melty
be
homemade ice
tasty.
cream.
Homemade ice cream is very good. It's very, very tasty. It's very, very dangerous. Very, very
I've been
dangerous.
limiting myself to the one scoop in the ice cream in the morning.
Ugh, it's very, very dangerous.
Otherwise, we'd be out of ice cream already.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. I have some ice cream in my
Especially,
freezer.
I, oh dear, what was this for?
Thinking I need to make chocolate cake because that chocolate slam cake I make all the time is just amazing with ice cream. So
I was
good.
cleaning out our pantry and I found some little jars of like syrup sauce stuff that you can put in your coffee, you can put it on ice cream, whatever. But so
Mm-hmm.
we have like a bourbon one with pecans in it, and then like an Irish whiskey caramel one, and they both make excellent iced coffees. Except for the one with the pecans in it is chunky and is less good for using with a straw.
Okay.
Um, the Irish whiskey one is great. It makes an amazing iced coffee.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you.
But they would also both be excellent on ice cream.
So there's this guy that goes to the farmer's market downtown, and I buy cream tunny from him because, oh my god, the man's got some amazing cream tunny.
Yeah.
So good. But he's got flavored honey's. But if at any point I can afford the $8 for this artisanal jar of cream flavored honey, I'm gonna buy it because it's it's mocha mint flavored, and he's got a spicy version of chocolate mint
Oh,
flavored honey. Could you imagine just a drizzle of that on top of some
I'm
homemade ice
drooling.
cream? On top of some
You are
homemade ice
making
cream?
me drool.
Oh my god, I want it in my face. I want my face. I want it in my face. I want it in my face. Guys, I
I
can't
want
even
that
afford
on my
coffee this
face. I
month.
don't like sticky things either. I'm just like, ah.
I eat it out of the jar.
Oh my God.
I really hope I can be able to do that before the end of summer. What I splurged on instead last month was the lady who sells the traditional Brazilian treats. So they're like little tiny bonbons. And
Oh,
whatever
the
ones with the sweet condensed milk.
brigadeiros?
Yeah, I think that's what they are. Oh, they're so
Yeah, 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 those are so
good.
good.
So
I can't
that was my
believe those have not
splurge.
taken off in North America.
I'm disappointed that these have not taken off. Not that I wouldn't buy
Like they're
them
little
from the
sugar
lady.
balls. Like they're so
They're not
good.
they're not stupid sweet. They're
They
nice and
can be.
flavorful. Okay, I don't eat the stupid sweet ones. As exotic as the flavoring that gets for me is peanut flavored. I gotta be careful with the extra flavorings, right? So like I can have the traditional, I can have the chocolate, and I can have the peanut, I can have the Nutella flavored ones that she makes. But some of the fancier ones, and I don't want to say fancier, like those ones are like the core ones are great. You don't need to expand from the core set of this treat. But when you expand from the core set of the treat, I can occasionally run across corn in some of the extras. So I stick to the core ones because I know they're safe, right?
Yeah.
So good.
They're
You
also
can't do
super
it.
easy to make, to be perfectly honest.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I want to.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then you end up with like 30 of them.
What do I? Okay, and while I'd eat 30 of them, it's not
I
good
mean, you could
for
freeze
me.
them.
I also made two of those frozen lemonade pies that I experimental Tuesday. I've still got frozen lemonade pie in my fridge freezer from last month because no human needs two frozen lemonade pies. But the ingredients make two. At some point, you just have to think to yourself, yes, but do I really need it? Because the answer is usually
I
no.
definitely
No.
need to make like 50 brigadeiros. I should do that for an experimental Tuesday.
That would be an
I feel
amazing
like
experimental Tuesday.
I helped make some once, but I don't really remember.
I think that'd be a great experimental Tuesday.
I feel like
Also,
we
when
did that
saving
after
those
work one time
eggs.
because we had a lot of Brazilian folks and they were like, "Hey, come make brigadeiros with us in the kitchen," and we
Yeah,
did, and it was really fun. And I
yeah.
remember none of the details, just that it was really fun and delicious.
I remember none of the important stuff, only that it tasted
Absolutely
great.
none of the important stuff, but they were delicious and it was really fun. It was easy.
That's
What
the
did I
way to
open
do
this for? I was looking at a knitting pattern. There we go.
it. All right. Well, let's move on from the disappointment that is melted ice cream in our espressos. And
What was I saying? Cool threads. Cool threads. The hexagon cardigan. I'm so glad I made that hexagon cardigan. I'm wearing it a lot. Like it's that and the Critical Role Caduceus cardigan. Those are my go-to cardigans. I need to fix something with the neckline. In the fall, I'm going to figure out what I want to do with the neckline on the hexagon cardigan because it looks unfinished and it like hangs weird. So I don't like wearing that one out of the house, but it's an ideal around the house cardigan when it's like super hot outside. So I dress for being outside, but then I'm like kind of cold inside if I have to be
because
inside for more than like 15 minutes.
you're weird.
So it's the perfect around the house cardigan, or if it's actually like cool in the morning when I'm sitting outside with my coffee, it's perfection. I highly recommend hexagon cardigans. They're great.
I dropped a ball.
You dropped a ball. I did not use any particular pattern for the hexagon cardigan. There's like 30 free YouTube tutorials. Just pick one. They're all pretty much the same.
Pick one, it's fine.
Yeah.
I dropped a
Okay.
ball.
Dropped a ball. Okay, you're the one with like 5 projects this time.
Listen,
So I'm going to sit here and drink my melted ice cream.
some of us don't sign up for test knits that ignore it for a month and a half.
Yeah, some of us have better craft time management skills.
Some of us constantly put off working on our work design knitting. That's what we do. We had a whip sprint, so I've got a lot. Let's start with the fun stuff. For the easy stuff, you have two, I have five. How many do I have? I have
Yes,
five, right?
you have five. I mean, I had five last week, so we're back to normal.
Which means I'm going 3 times.
Yes, I think so.
Twice, because one of the projects I'm going to talk about twice. What did I list? Oh my god. Okay, while we're working here and podcasting, I'm working on slowly but surely making progress on the Endless Summer Adventure Cardigan. I'm at that part where like I want to be where the sleeves are to split for the sleeves, but I'm not where I'm supposed to be to split for the sleeves. But because it's not where I want to be, I don't want to work on it. Does that make any
I
sense?
understand. Weirdly, I get it.
I'm like, I've already done the body of this sweater like 3 times now. I'd like to be at splitting for the sleeves so it can be done. I would really appreciate that at this point. Oh, whatever. Slowly and surely, in some Fireweed Fiber Co. Sparkle Base, which I don't think she carries anymore, I am making progress. Everything is about making progress. Ugh. I keep hoping I'll be done. Like I'll just magically wake up one day and I'll have split for the sleeves. Because I know the last part at the top of a bottom up sweater, once you split for the sleeves, it just flies. It just flies. So I want to get to that point. I'm not there
Mm-hmm.
yet. Oddly enough, my very tall, not insignificantly sized human person requires a lot of stitches and a lot of knitting, even at this gauge. So
Yeah.
while we record today, I'm slowly puttering with that because it's a weekday. So this is my work knitting. Work knitting. All right, what else do we got? What did I list? I forgot what I listed.
Your crochet capelet thing, you had three
Yes.
blankets on there.
Oh right. Well, we can go through the other quick things. Two of the three blankets. Because we were doing whip sprints, I picked up and decided I wanted to work on my jelly roll blanket. Well, one cuddle with a cat, and two crochet squares later, I started working on the jelly roll blanket. Why?
I want to make a
Because
jelly roll blanket.
the jelly roll blanket is I'm making mine out of scraps. So I'm holding one strand of wool like with a fingering weight yarn scrap, and then I'm obviously just knitting in the garter. I'm making my very first strip, just knitting in the garter. But because I want to utilize my scraps efficiently, I am going to stick a crochet hook in my hair. I am simultaneously, yep, that's the word, making a crocheted Granny Square Memories Blanket. I'm doing this. I'm going to talk about my tale of woe here in a second. I'm doing this by before attaching the scrap yarn to the jelly roll and knitting it till it's gone. I am making two small granny squares just with the fingering weight yarn. And I am connecting them as I go. And I'm doing two strips of these so that when I'm done, I will have two halves of a blanket, which I can then just seam together. And by seam together, it means the very last crocheted squares that I do will connect both sides together as we go down. So the very last row will be awkward.
Hmm.
But as I go, I'm slowly crocheting it ends. And it does technically mean that about the time when I'm done the jelly roll blanket, I should be pretty close to finish the memories blanket as well too. So the idea is when I'm done, I'm technically done two blankets. During the whip sprints, I attached the blue thing. This dark colored square. I'm seeing blue. Could be green, could be blue, could be navy.
I
Not
see
sure.
blue. It looks nice.
But I dropped
I
a
am I am
stitch.
inspired.
I dropped a
Oh
stitch,
no.
so I need to undo this square. This
Oh
row.
no.
Just a row. Just a row. Just this row. Back up into here. And pick that stitch up and reassemble it, which I have not done. So that's fine. It's there. So now this dark blue color is attached to the jelly roll blanket, and it will be knit until it is gone. Gone, 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 gone. These are super duper long term, have no end date. I pick them up super randomly projects. Why?
I think I
Because I
might do a
want them to
granny
be.
square thing like that with the advent calendar from last year.
Yeah, it would absolutely be a great way of doing it.
I
Yeah,
might
because
do
you
that.
could make your squares 10 grams and 10 grams.
I might
And that's,
just make 20-gram squares and then use the big skein for a border and then stitch it all together.
yeah, that might get you a couch throw.
I don't
Yeah,
have to see.
yeah. I don't know. Do up a sample 20-gram square and see how big it is, and then do the math. I know.
Very
I
least
said
I could
math.
do some strips and have a epic long scarf.
Yeah, even if it's not the full size of the blanket that you want, if you did with all your minis, you're well on your way to a big blankie.
Yep.
Yeah, which is not a
I
bad
think that's
thing.
the plan. I think they're going to become squares.
Okay, good plan. Good plan. So that covers 3 projects. So you're up because I've got 2 left after this. Didn't I put my phone on silent?
All right. I will not make everybody wait and I will talk about the Stego sweater
Oh, thank God.
because that's what we're all here for. It was in the thumbnail. It's what we're all
Guys,
here for.
tender hooks. Like we checked in on Discord. We're like, how's Diana doing? Like, I need snacks. Like I was stressed. I wanted a stress snack for you yesterday.
Oh, there was stress snacking, fear not. Um, so the Stego Sweater Test Knit by Mary Hunt is supposed to be done today as we record, done being body and a sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
And if we remember last episode, I had not finished the yoke nor split for sleeves.
Your balls. You say it, my brain just ugh. My whole
So
person just goes, oh
I've
gee.
had some very long knitting days. And on the plus side, I've learned that if I wear my wrist brace to enforce good ergonomics,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me knit slightly slower, but it means I've discovered I can just knit forever. Like
Yes.
normally, like without the brace, I guess my ergonomics eventually start to suck and I can do like maybe 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I fully did like 8 to 10 hours yesterday with the brace on, not a problem.
You did a Jocelyn workday.
So, after all that, and whip sprints and
Uh-huh.
everything,
Uh-huh. Guys, she was monogamous on the whip sprints. We worked on the sweater. I want to see, I want to see, I want
so
to
we
see.
have we have footy prints, and we have
Yes.
dots, and we have
Yes.
diamonds, and we have stegos, and we have
God,
more
it
diamonds and
looks
zigzags and dots and
so
footy
good now that
prints.
you can
And
see
yeah, I
them.
don't have a second sleeve.
That's fine. You just had to do the one sleeve.
I have to back up. Okay,
Drama on hold for physics.
wait, I can't see. There we go. Okay, so I have like half a
Ooh,
body and 3/4 of a sleeve.
right. That's great. Guys, she literally
Um,
split for sleeves Saturday afternoon and we're recording
Yeah, so
Monday
I have a
midday.
stitch marker on the back here.
Yeah.
This little dangly up here in the diamonds,
Mm-hmm.
I've done from the diamonds down through like 5 inches below the split for sleeves.
Oh, you've made so much
The pattern
progress.
calls for 11 3/4 inches, but I was measuring against some of my existing sweaters and I don't think I want it that long. So I'm going to knit it to 9.5 inches and see where we're at because it's also going to block a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to 9.5 and see how it seems.
Okay.
But then I put that on hold because I figured because today's the due date and like I need to take pictures and stuff, how about I work on it so that at least I have a shoulder I can take pictures of and like a sleeve that I can drape artistically across the unfinished parts.
Uh-huh.
I would like have it done enough that I can like kind of put it on for a picture.
Okay, yeah.
So I have maybe a dozen rows, decrease rounds left on the sleeve, and then like 8 rounds of color work and a cuff. So the sleeve is getting done today.
Good. Yeah.
It was 3 a.m. last night, and I'm like, no, no, I'm done. So this is the body yarn that's left over. I knit between okay, so for this was a full thing of yarn on like Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So between having like a third of a ball left and like half a ball left, I've knit like an entire ball of yarn in about 3 days.
Yeah.
Sweaters are a lot of work.
They are.
And it's not done,
I
but
do a
like it's
challenge.
beautiful. Look how pretty it is.
I do a
And
challenge every
it's getting done this
February.
week.
Every February
And
I do a challenge where I do a sweater
I've
in two
learned things.
weeks.
Maybe not a colorwork DK sweater in 2 weeks.
At my
I
next
don't think.
school, because I almost made it worsted this year, like within hours of a worsted finish. So next year I'm trying for a DK.
If it
Oh, that
wasn't
just looks so
colorwork,
good. I don't think I'll
just
do a color
the
work
Stegos
DK
were
sweater.
a little fiddly, but
Yeah, but oh, it looks so
anyway, I
good.
absolutely
It
love
looks so good.
this.
It looks
I'm
so
gonna
good.
finish the sleeve later
Yes.
and then probably attempt a steam block because it's mostly acrylic.
Yep.
And I don't really have time for a wet block. So I can take some pictures so I can fill in the notes and stuff that I'm supposed to do.
Good.
But the pattern release is still with the tech editor. So the pattern release has been pushed back until August the 11th. This beautiful Stegosaurus sweater pattern will be available for everybody to knit, which means I have a little bit of extra time to finish.
I think it means you should stick to it this week and try to get it done for the end of the week.
Oh, I absolutely am. I'm
Yeah.
going to not do another 10-hour knitting day today.
No, that's fair.
I'm going to have like a 5-hour knitting day today.
Yeah. Scale it back to a more reasonable 5 or 6 hours a day. But I think if you do that, you should be done by the end of the
Yeah,
week.
because like
Yeah.
the body is roundy except for like 8 rounds of color work at the bottom. The sleeves are roundy with decreases except for 8 rows of color work at the bottom.
Yeah. So no. I think you should try to push to be done for the end of the week.
Yeah.
Push
No,
to be
I
done for
definitely
the
think I can do
live.
that. And somebody, I believe it was Crafty Chemist on our one video, was it our, I don't know. There was a comment and I answered it. It was about telling me that ROM, the Royal Ontario Museum, that has a dinosaur exhibit,
Yeah.
is doing Dino Night. So they do like their After Dark for adults nights every so often, and the one in August is dinosaur themed.
Oh my god, you have to
So
finish that.
I'm going to wear my Stego sweater to the Royal Ontario Museum on the night of August the 25th.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So if anybody's in the Toronto area and wants to come to Dino Night at ROM with me, I'm going to be there. I bought tickets.
Does your
I'm going to wear
husband
my
know he's
sweater
going?
if it's not sweltering. I'm going to bring the sweater regardless because
Yes.
it's cold inside. They keep it cold for
Yes.
the like pretty chilly for the exhibits. Um so look for me in my Stego sweater.
I want photos.
Oh yes.
I want
I
photos.
have dinosaur earrings
Yep.
and yeah.
Yep.
And then I have the glasses cover that nephew made.
Yes, you do.
Wait, come here, come here. Don't come on, come on. So yeah,
Yep.
look for this cool person.
Oh, so hip. So cool. Such a
I
maven.
am the coolest kid.
Such a maven of sophistication and elegance, my dear.
Absolutely.
It's not like I'm going to judge you. I want a floor-length walking pumpkin skirt. No judgment from me, people. I swears. I swears.
So that's where that's at. I guess I should talk about the yarn. Ugh.
Yes, yes, you should.
Yarn is Estelle Double Knit, which is largely acrylic. I think it has some wool in it. I honestly don't remember. And I don't actually remember if I kept a ball band. Let me look for a ball band. And the colors are, the main body color is like a purpley, grapey, plummy color. Did I seriously not keep a ball band? Am I a doofus that doesn't keep ball bands?
Pro
I'm a doofus who
podcasting.
didn't keep a ball band.
Pro
Whoops.
podcasting happening right here. It was Estelle double knit.
I know it was a Estelle Double Knit, but I wanted to know the fiber content because I know it was partially acrylic. I wanted to know if it was entirely acrylic.
I don't remember the fiber
I
content
literally do
for
not
it.
remember. I think there was some wool in it, but I believe it is mostly acrylic.
I don't remember. I like Estelle. It's a
In
nice
yeah.
brand. Estelle
Yeah, it
makes
was like
nice yarns.
it feels amazing. Like this is not going to bother me around my neck at all. Like it's soft. Um
I
and it
think
was
they're an underrated.
economic.
They're
Like
an,
it feels nice and it's I don't want to say it's like cheap. It's not like cheap acrylic or anything, but it was like not an expensive sweat.
it's an underrated workhorse yarn. A lot of the Estelle brand, like you don't hear about them as much, and I think they really should get more praise than they get. They do really good
You can sort of
yarns.
see my color jogs a little bit on the back here, but
That's fine.
it's you can't even tell all that much. Once I
Can
block
you guys
it,
see the
it'll
monster in
be
the top corner?
yes, I can see your monster.
Just right there.
So that's what
Napping
that's at. I
away.
like doubled the length of my sweater this week.
Good. Keep going. Finish it. Have an
Yeah,
FO for Saturday. Have an FO for the live on Saturday. That would just be phenomenal.
I
Phenomenal.
will do my best. I mean, I guess I kind of have to because it's not coming with me on my trip next week.
Great. So, the last thing I worked on during the whip sprints was I did that thing that you never want to do. We have to deconstruct something you're constructing because you lost yarn chicken. It's always depressing. Using what I hope is entirely, but probably not, I'll probably have to go buy another ball of white yarn. Scrap or gifted to me cotton yarn of the mostly Karen cake variety. I started making a coffee table cover. Then I started connecting these squares and went, this is too pretty to be a coffee table cover. So now it is upgraded to a blanket for my bed. I have a queen size bed, and I tend to have king size comforters or blankets on the top of it because I like the drape on the sides to be significant.
Makes sense.
It's just a personal preference and how I like my beds to look. So I am slowly, now that I have detached a row of gray squares that didn't go all the way around. So you can see I got gray here in the middle.
Yep.
I spent a 25-minute whip sprint and took a bunch apart of gray squares. And now I'm almost all the way around the next row of white squares. So I had these gray squares, I had the first row of white squares, and now I'm going around another row of white squares. I'm in fact 2 squares short of being done around. Look, two.
Ooh.
So once I've got the last 2 squares on, won't be happening today, people. It's 30 plus degrees heat. Even in front of my AC unit, I'm not having a blanket on my lap. Even if it is worsted cotton, it still doesn't breathe.
Yeah,
So
I was melting a little bit yesterday with the sweater in my lap.
this is not linen. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? This is not linen. This is
I
not
feel like a
airy,
linen blanket
breezy.
isn't what you want.
It's not. This is not breezy fingering weight. This is worsted. She's got a bit of depth. I think a bird hit my window. Um, but once I've got the last of the round done, I'm going to do the super scientific method, which is lay it out in the middle of the bed and see how big it is. And then probably roughly guess how many more rounds out I have to go to be as wide as necessary. since a queen size bed is 76 inches by 80 inches. So once I'm out as wide as I need to be, I'll only have to add a couple of rows at the top and bottom to be as tall as I need it to be. Then I can do, I have 2 skeins of solid blue cotton yarn that I'm going to use as my border color. So I'll do my border edge, and then I need to make pillows because I'm that girl with 6 billion pillows on her bed,
Ah,
and
you're one of those.
I'm one of those people, and that's fine. I'm content being one of those people. In fact, the more pillows, the merrier. I will stack pillows on all sorts of surfaces. I have spare pillows in the closet behind us because I am a pillow person. I understand I'm a pillow person. If I still lived in the house, I'd have floor pillows. I love pillows. I love pillows so much. So, at minimum, is 4 pillows on my bed, and I do mean that is bare minimum. Bare minimum. I'm roughing it, pillow wise. There's only
You're
4 on
one
my bed.
person.
I'm one human with a cat, people. I'm
We
roughing
have
it.
2 pillows. We're 2 people.
Nope, 4 pillows minimum just for me. I don't share well. So I need to make 2 pillowcase covers for the top 2 pillows. So that'll be the other thing I have to do. I have gone through and pulled out all of my single skein Karen 1 cakes, the small ones I have, and my scrap Karen 1 cakes that I have left over. I have plenty of scrap Karen cake to continue making squares. I have now started working into my last ball of white. When I say it's the last ball of white, it's the big ball of white from Sugar and Cream by Lily. So I will probably have to buy more white yarn, but that's fine. Like, if all I end up needing to do in the end is buying another big ball of white cotton yarn, oh no.
Yeah, well, that never hurts to have it hanging around anyway. It ties
Yeah,
everything together.
it ties everything together. I can use it for all sorts of stuff. Not a problem. So that is where we're standing. So I almost finished another round. I'm slowly crocheting in my ends as I go. I need to wash and block before I trim ends, so I still got some ends going on. But 2 squares. 2 squares. This should have been my profile photo for the thumbnail today.
Oh no.
So there we go. I made progress.
It's
Progress.
looking so good. That's very cottagecore. I love it.
It is so cottagecore. I could conceivably, if I don't lose steam, you all know me, guys. Heavens only knows where it's going to go. I could have this finished by the end of August, which would have it finished for Stash Dash. And the yardage on this would be intense.
Mm.
When I think about it, so far I've sunk 4. I got, I'm doing some math in my head. 8 large Karen cakes at minimum is already in here. And I'm not done. Just in pre-made squares and connecting color. So I'm not done. But this would be an amazing fall blanket on my bed.
Yes.
Oh, so good. So good. And it's got the gray in the middle, and then you'll have the little blip of blue at the end. Yeah. So excited. But I did make progress. It looks like a lot of progress. Remember when I made 77 granny squares? So now I'm going into a project. You guys don't. For like 2 weeks, what I did was make all the squares for this. I just made stacks and stacks of squares. That was great. It's fine. They have a purpose. This will be a colossal pain in the keister to wash.
That might be a load unto itself.
This is a go to the laundromat load or bug my sibling load. This will not go in the apartment washer and dryer. That would be bad. That would be bad. So I made some progress. I'm very happy. This is what I was doing yesterday when I was like, do you want the day? Like, do you want to record late? That's fine. We can record on Monday. I've got a project to keep me busy. I was literally sitting on the couch, curled up under this, right in front of the air conditioning unit, just happily putting squares together with the cat snoring beside me, like wedged right up beside me, belly up snoring. So when I messaged you Saturday night, I knew that's what I was be doing Sunday, and I was right. happily,
No,
happily worked on
the
that.
extra couple of
Hours.
yeah, it was good.
I thought you might need them. It's perfect. So there you go. I have one thing left.
I have the thing that I'm working on as we record.
Oh, lovely.
Let me scooch it down the needles here so it doesn't fall off accidentally. My only roundy knitting to hand at the moment is my summer secret crop. So
Lovely.
as we record, I have just finished my first yellow stripe,
Mm-hmm.
and I am just beginning my second green stripe. So the cast on and ribbing was in the dark green board colorway from Fireweed Fabrico.
Yep.
And then I've just finished this happy yellow stripe with black and orange speckles,
Beautiful.
which is, I believe, American Goldfinch, also from Fireweed Fabrico. And these needles, the gauge on this project is so loose. These needles on this fingering weight yarn
Mhm.
are bigger than the needles that I'm using for the DK weight yarn for the Stego Sweater.
What's your millimeter?
I believe these ones are, oh, these are 4.5
Okay.
for
And
the Summer Secret,
what
and
gauge are you
they're
getting?
3.5 for the Stego Sweater.
What gauge did you need for that summer secret?
Oh,
Like
it was
20s?
something ridiculously loose. Like,
Yeah.
this is
This
not
was
going to
like,
be opaque when I'm done.
no.
No, this is very much a wear something underneath it kind of deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like wear the good bra, or
Okay.
like a bikini or something. Like they're gonna see what's underneath.
Yeah, that's fair. It would make an amazing over bathing suit top.
It absolutely clashes with the bathing suit I have. So,
Who
that's
cares?
great.
Who cares? When you're at the beach, you shouldn't care about those sorts of things.
I'm excited about this. It's pretty, the colors. I'm so excited about this. So this is one of the projects that's definitely coming with me on my trip next week because it is small, it is light, and there is a non-zero chance that I'll actually finish it while I'm there because I have a bunch of volunteer hours that involve babysitting equipment. So literally I just have to sit there and occasionally press a button. So knitting time.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Perfect. All right.
So that's that.
Shall we end on a
My
high
socks are
note?
at heel point, so I couldn't work on
Oh,
those. I'm
poor
like half a row from a
things.
heel on my socks, so I couldn't work on those today.
I heal up podcasting is awkward. Awkward, I tell you. Awkward. Hair everywhere. Why? Why must I always be shedding hair? For what purpose, I ask you? For what purpose? There is no purpose. There is no purpose. I'm finished.
You're finished.
That's
Holy,
it. She's done.
that's beautiful.
She's done. One very large, very crammed, meant to fold in half 1908 Edwardian Capelet shawl. Finished. It has not been washed. It has not been blocked. It has been used. Why? Because I discovered if you layer it out, so you have two different edges, two different levels, layer it, because you
Mm.
can adjust it. Because of course you can, because they were freaking amazing with their handcrafts. Back when handcrafts were a thing. Needs a washing, it needs a blocking. This lace isn't fully opened out. The back is longer. Like I'm still attached to my chair. So I can have wet hair down sitting in front of the air conditioning unit and I don't get cold because the wet hair sits on this. I don't get cold.
Nice.
That's what I used
That
it
is a
for.
unique problem that I completely understand needing a solution for.
And I
I
found it.
understand this problem completely.
And I found the solution to my problem, Diana. And I didn't even have to get off the couch. I was like, hey, I wonder if this will work. And I did it. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. This is perfect. So I have a 1908 Edwardian capelet shawl doohickey. And of course, I finished my vintage knit before August. So that means I'm going to just start another one. But it is. I'll just pick a different vintage knit for August's Fiber Friends challenge. So I need to finish weaving in ends. I need to give it a wash, give it a block, and she's finished. Like it's a lot. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. Where's the middle of this
You
thing?
look like you're wearing a lampshade.
I do look like I'm wearing a lampshade, but like look at all that. Look at all that.
That's pretty. Oh gosh.
It's
I'm
so pretty.
excited to see pictures of that, where the
Yeah.
video compression isn't struggling slightly with the marling.
Oh yeah, the marling's not helping anything. Which is good because I look forward to taking photos of it. But first, a wash, a block, because I got to work out these picot edges. But it means we had enough out this week, which is good because that was almost. I was a skein and 2/3, two, three skeins, 3.5 skeins of wool like. There's almost 700 yards a skein. So this was
Okay.
over 12,
That's a fair
1,200.
few.
We're close. We're almost at. I'm gonna have to weigh what I have left, but I think we're sitting at like 1,300, 1,400 for yardage. Doubled
That's not
because
nothing.
I was holding yarn doubled. So that's 1,000. Yeah, I think 1,300, 1,400 per color. So 22.7 kilometers worth. Let me weigh what I have left because I'm roughly estimating off of what I was holding in my hands the other day. So I gotta weigh what I have left to do a bit of rough math, but I'm well over 2 kilometers just in that one project alone. And I did that like what, 3 weeks for fun. But that was it. That's the last project I have. Last project I have.
Nice.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
That's all for me. So I guess we are on to wool gathering.
Yes. I don't feel like looking up a word for you today, so you get the day off.
Haha. Word free. Okay. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, talking about all of the things and wondering if I got my Stego sweater done yet.
We were we were invested. We were invested.
I was posting periodic updates. I didn't post one last night because trying to keep an air of mystery for the podcast, but I guess people aren't going to see this until like Wednesday, and like I could probably give up on that air of mystery.
We're, as always, we super understand finances are a thing. So if you can't financially support us on Patreon, liking and subscribing and basically interacting with us here on social media is also a great way to do things. We do reply. It can take a while from time to time. If you're looking for Diana, I will track her down. That's not a problem.
I do occasionally see things on my own, but yeah, probably you'll see Jocelyn first.
I've been having some struggles with accessibility on my current phone, so that's causing some complications for me. My big patience. I've had to move a lot of stuff to the computer while I argue with my Pixel phone about what large font is. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
while I do that, it adds, joy. We do have some upcoming events and things and dates and times and changes, but we're going to start with the best part of the end of the month, which is showing off this month's yarn from our
Yeah.
club yarn that we get from Erin of Fireweed Fabric Co. You guys can save
That was the thing that
10%
I forgot.
off
It's right here.
with the code Northern Knits 10. 10 is 10, so you can save yourself a bit of moolah when you go spend money.
Okay, can I show the yarn?
You can show the yarn. This year is Buffy
It's
themed.
blue.
And we absolutely had to get it the moment we found out it was Buffy themed. Because let's be honest, we're getting it every year. We know we're getting it every year. But we went with a tweed base. Both me and Diana went tweed base this year. And I just, this month is so pretty.
This color. This one's called One Moment of True Happiness.
Yeah.
If you remember that scene.
It's so good.
So I love this, and I will need more of it when I find out what it wants to be.
Oh, I highly suspect there are several colors that would look great in that double date coffee date sweater that Erin made.
Oh,
With like us with a main color. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to heavily lean towards maybe that being the thing I do, because she made one for her and I put it on and I liked it. That's how that works.
I know. I tried it on too. I'm like, yeah, one of these. I'll need one of these.
I'll need one of these. So, I
So
suspect
this is gonna have to be something. I feel like I don't know. I'm feeling sweater vest for some reason. Like, if
okay.
this is the pop of color in a sweater vest against something dark,
Yes.
I think that might be it.
Do you remember that Cambridge cycling sweater I showed you? It's
This is the face of
poof.
nope.
That's a face of nope. It's a poof, not poof sweater. Anyway, it's based off of old bicycling, or sorry,
Oh,
cycling
where they have the
sweaters.
fitted sleeves with the giant, like, could stuff a basketball in their sleeves.
That could be a beautiful contrast color for the body color of the sleeves and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Potential.
Potential. So
Mm.
leave you guys contemplating that joyfulness. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should buy that cycling sweater and use some of that DK weight yarn that I got earlier this year and make that cycling sweater and use one of the tweed contrasts from the Buffy Club colorways as my contrast color. I don't have
That could
time
be a
for a
thing.
sweater next
Oh,
month.
hey, I
Might do
matched
it
my shirt
anyway.
today.
You do match your shirt today, so
That's unintentional.
We have also got some lives coming up literally on Wednesday. I will be live with Louise instead of the first Thursday of the month, because Louise is off to the cabin on Thursday. We're going to be live Wednesday evening. That'll be 6:30 Manitoba time, 7:30 Ontario time. I will do the monthly check-in, so you guys can see whether or not I made any progress. That's English. Progress on the spring mesh sweater, which is a crochet from Hey Crochet with Carrie. And I believe Louise was working on the Rebel MCAL this month. She wanted to put some progress in on my Advent MCAL from last year, so that in theory she could be done during Christmas season and she could wear it this year. Which I thought was a
Fancy.
really good idea to
That's
do some
very
work
smart.
on it for like Christmas in July, and then you get like in the you're enjoying the Christmas and July-ness, but then you're technically also
Yeah,
doing
I'm already
Christmas.
I mean, we're at the end of July and I'm all Stego Sweater all the time, but I have plans of people are getting Christmas dinos this year because I have been bitten by the amigurumi bug. I have all of these cute little eyes and so many little crochet dinosaur patterns saved. So people are getting Christmas dinos this year.
Listen, if you decide you need to expand out, there's that granny square hippopotamus or granny square elephant hippopotamus thing. Hippopotamus.
Oh, I want to, yeah, I know she's got so many beautiful ones.
I want a hippo. I need a house hippo. I need a granny square house hippo.
Okay, I will see what I can do.
Granny square.
Because she's also got some dinosaurs as well,
She
and
does.
I want some like ridiculous granny square dinos.
Listen, the primary reason for sorting out all of my scrap yarn is, remember that crocheted mushroom hat pattern I showed you?
Crochet. Oh, yeah.
Like where it was it was epic. I want to see what colors I have for the small components for that and buy the yarn to make a absolutely ludicrous over the top fantasy mushroom hair. I will never wear.
I don't have time for it this year, but for DEF CON next year,
God, I will make it.
I should make some kind of ludicrous crochet hat and then figure out how to put LEDs in it.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Plans?
Next year.
Plans. In other sort of watch out, things change on the fly. Our live for this month will be happening this Saturday, not this Sunday. So this coming Saturday, August I don't know what that day is.
Saturday, August the 5th.
August the 5th? Okay. So it's going to be happening on the 5th. We're going to be live at noon Manitoba time, which is 1 o'clock Ontario time, because time zones. And Diana literally flies out to DEF CON the next day. So we're going to be live a day early, which means voting for the craft off will happen on Instagram and YouTube here in the YouTube community section on Thursday and Friday. So I will post on Thursday, Diana will post on Friday, and you guys can vote on what we will work on next month and see how far I made it with shorts and how far Diana made it with, I forgot what it is that you're working
on. The crochet halter top with the blue marled yarns. Yes, people were picking yarns for my crochet halter top.
Okay. So there we go.
That I also very much want to have done so I can bring it to DEF CON.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'd be cool. Because it's hot there and there are so many pool parties.
Otherwise, I think for the moment we'll hold off on doing the announcements for next month because we might have some date changes due to life. And I can say I think we're done.
That does seem like everything.
Beautiful. In which case I will say until Saturday. I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit. Seriously, don't forget to knit. Otherwise, you have to pull like 10-hour days for the end of your test knit. It's a bad time. Don't do. Remember to knit.
And your supportive friends will laugh the whole time.
Oh yeah, 100%. I have 1000% done this to myself.